After every one of these stories goes viral, the same demand goes up from everyone watching. Where's the body cam footage? We were promised body cameras would fix this. Every officer, a camera. Every encounter, on the record. No more he said, she said. Just the truth recorded for anyone to see. It was supposed to be the end of the lie. So here's the question nobody wants to sit with. If every cop has a camera, why, in case after case after case, is there suddenly no footage? Tonight we answer that, and you're going to see that the camera didn't fail. The camera worked exactly as the system needed it to. Let's go back to Kevin, the man from season 1. The man who complied, got slammed to the ground, and was convicted on a false report and false testimony. Remember the one thing that could have saved him? The one piece of evidence that would have shown the jury exactly what happened? There wasn't any. No footage. At the time, we told you we'd explain why. This is why. And it's not one reason. It's a menu. Trapdoor number 1. It was never turned on. Here's the simplest, most common, and most quietly devastating fact about body cameras. In most apartments, the officer controls the button. The camera doesn't record automatically. The officer has to activate it, which means the exact moments most likely to involve misconduct, the sudden stop, the escalation, the use of force, are the exact moments an officer is least likely to reach down and press record. And when it comes out later that the camera was off, the explanation is always the same, always plausible, always impossible to disprove. I didn't have time. It was a fast-moving situation. I forgot in the heat of the moment. Maybe. Sometimes genuinely. But notice how the tool designed to remove doubt has quietly recreated the exact same doubt it was supposed to kill. The camera off is its own kind of testimony, and it always testifies for the officer. Trapdoor number 2, the malfunction. Sometimes the camera was on, and there's still no footage. It malfunctioned. It fell off. The battery died. The file was corrupted. Now, cameras are machines, and machines do fail. That's real. But here's what you're not supposed to notice. The department that owns the camera is also the department under investigation. They control the device, the storage, the technical explanation, and the timeline. When the only witness that can't be intimidated is a hard drive, and the people who control that hard drive are the ones it might incriminate, it malfunctioned. Stops being a technical statement and becomes a very convenient one. And there is almost never an independent expert allowed to check. Trapdoor number 3, the mute. This one is subtle and it's everywhere. Many body cameras have a feature, a buffer, that's always passively recording video but not audio for the 30 seconds or so before the officer hits record. Sounds good, right? Except it means the crucial 30 seconds. What was actually said, the threat, the slur, the command, the moment it went wrong, often has no sound. You see the encounter, but you can't hear what started it. And officers can mute the audio at will. So even when footage exists, the department can hand you video of a struggle with no context, no words, no beginning, and let the silence do the lying for them. Trapdoor number 4, who gets to watch it and when? Say the footage exists clean and complete. Who sees it first? Not the public, not the victim. In many departments, the officer gets to review the footage before writing his report. Think about what that does. In season 1, we watched Marcus learn to write a report that matched the lie. Now imagine handing that same officer the video first, so he can craft a report that fits exactly what the camera happened to catch, and carefully explains away what it didn't. The footage stops being a check on his story and becomes a script for it. And the public? The public waits. Weeks, months. The department controls the release. And by the time footage comes out, if it comes out, the narrative is already set, the officer's report is already the official record, and the outrage has already moved on. Trapdoor number 5, the edit and the retention clock. When footage is finally released, it can be released in pieces. Start it after the key moment. End it before the inconvenient one. Release the 90 seconds that help, and quietly lose the 10 minutes that don't. And underneath all of it runs a clock you never see for the retention policy. Departments are only required to keep footage for a certain window, and non-flagged footage can be automatically deleted after as little as 60 or 90 days. So if a victim doesn't know to demand it fast enough, if a family is still grieving, if a case takes time to build, the evidence can be gone, erased on schedule, perfectly legally before anyone ever asks for it. Nobody had to shred anything. The system was built to forget. Now step back and look at what we've actually described. A tool that was sold to the public as accountability, as the great equalizer, the thing that would finally make the truth undeniable, has, in practice, handed the people being watched almost complete control over the watching. They decide when it records. They explain when it doesn't. They review it first. They release it last. They cut it how they want, and they can let it delete itself on a timer. The body camera didn't remove the officer's power over the truth. In a lot of ways, it concentrated it, and then wrapped it in the credibility of, we have cameras now, so you can trust us. Let's be fair because it matters. Body cameras have caught real misconduct. They have freed innocent people and convicted guilty officers. When the footage exists, is complete, and gets released, it is one of the most powerful accountability tools we've ever had. That's exactly why the trapdoors exist. You don't build 5 ways to lose the footage for a tool that doesn't work. You build them for a tool that works too well. The problem was never the camera. The problem is that we gave the camera to the same institution it was meant to police and then acted surprised when the footage kept disappearing. So the next time a story breaks and you hear those familiar words, the camera was off, the camera malfunctioned, the footage is under review, the footage has been released, edited, months later, you'll know it isn't a series of coincidences. It's a system. The same system we've watched all along, doing the one thing it was built to do, control the record. Kevin never had a chance because the truth of his night was allowed to vanish before anyone could see it. And somewhere tonight, a camera is switching off at exactly the wrong moment, and it will be called an accident. Next video, we follow Kevin through the door. The machine has been dragging him toward this whole time, inside the county jail, where the cameras that do work still somehow never see the thing that matters. Follow so you don't miss it.